What's going on, everyone? So, yeah, this needs to be covered. A lot of people have been telling me about it. I've been doing so much content and I have so much, it's crazy. I still even got 3 videos ready right now. Yeah, I've been creating like crazy. Okay. So it says right here the Xbox Rog Ally prices and release window has leaked. And I've been telling people about this. I've said it and I stated it in my videos. You guys have seen me say it. If you take a look at my Rog Ally, I've warned people in there that the prices are going to be very expensive. Because if you take a look at the Rog Ally right now, Rog Ally X, you can see the prices. This is better than them. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive. $691 translated from Europe and $1,037. Pre-orders will begin in August. Official launch is in October. Source Ecstasis, and he's been pretty reliable lately. Boy, let's talk about this. I've been telling y'all that Nintendo's the most affordable and entry, and that their deals are really good, and they have the market. And nobody's looking to pay this much for a handheld. This is a PC handheld, by the way. It's not a console. Console means that it would have Xbox operating system and it would be playing Xbox games. I don't know why people are being children making a big deal about something that's pretty obvious. You know what I mean? I was recently looking at Dreamcast guy's video about it too. This is a separate thing though. This guy says I own 762 games on Xbox across 4 generations. This does not include Game Pass titles. Of those 762 games, only 61 of them are play anywhere. This is 8% of an Xbox. Well, yeah, of course, it's a PC. Why is this a big deal, though? Why are people making this a big deal and acting like children over this when this is a simple concept? Asus is a PC company. Asus made a PC handheld. Microsoft did not develop that. They have nothing to do with that. They came in and put their team in to remove the bloat from Windows to make it operate after those Steam tests we saw to operate better. So that's a better version of Asus's original version, which is a PC device. What's the problem with that? I don't see why people are making a big deal out of this. It has Steam. You know what I mean? It has GOG. You see, it has Windows 11. That's not no damn console. A console will be like an Xbox official handheld, Nintendo Switch, Sony's PlayStation handheld that's coming. That's a console because that's dedicated to PlayStation. That's PlayStation operating system. You see what I mean? That's what a console is. I don't know why you have to go through these kindergarten one-on-one descriptions and why this is somehow a big deal. I think it's not a console. It's a PC handheld device with an Xbox operating collaboration theme. You see what I mean? That's literally what that is. But they're using Windows 11. You know what I mean? That's PC. So just shut up with all that crap. Not that big of a deal. Anyways, so yeah, hardly anybody's going to buy this. It's not needed, but it's for hardcore enthusiasts. I'm not coming here to beat this down either. I'm coming to put the truth down so people can stop with all this nonsense. So yeah, there's people making a big deal about this, and I've told people that this was going to happen, and that this is not going to sell like you think. Nobody wants to pay this much for this. You're better off getting a PC. These are European conversions. Could this be a little bit cheaper? Yeah, but this is what the current tariffs at the moment. If they go up, this will be even more expensive. This is like PlayStation 5 Pro range. It's like the Series S version, and this is like the Series X handheld. Just to let y'all know. In the PC world, which is good because if you remove that, guess what? You have no PlayStation games because Sony's going to block you. You're a console. An Xbox handheld playing PlayStation games get blocked. Why can't they block this? Because it's a PC. Just like this right now. GOG, Steam, you know what I mean? I can go right now and play PlayStation games. Anything you're saying right here, I can do it right now. That's what I'm saying. That's a PC. Come on my page and tell me why this is a big deal. Like, why are people being so dumb about this? I swear, this is only like fanboy nonsense that goes on with people. Like, don't make yourself look desperate to other people too, because you look like you need to grab onto something. Because that's what you look like doing that. Guys, start being more intelligent, have more honor. So yeah, if this is all true, pre-orders will begin in August. That's in 2 months from now. This seems pretty reliable if you ask me. Let's go down and take a look at some of these comments. Yeah, nobody's buying it. I agree. Who the hell wants to buy that? Now, it doesn't mean that people that are going to, even though there's a little small niche audience that's going to buy that, should not be excited for it. Still be excited for it, right? You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like saying that, yeah, why would I even waste my time with this when I have my laptop right here? You're better off buying a new NVIDIA 5070 laptop. What the DLSS4 is going to smoke this thing. You know what I mean? And you can take that wherever you want. You know, I don't get the point. This is what I mean by like, I just don't understand the market. I am. You all pay top dollar for your iPhones. I'd rather buy the ROG Ally X. So there's little, like I said, there's a little bit of people like this that are going to exist in the world. They're going to get it. And he's not wrong because he wants to do that. That's his free will of choice. And he's right. I've been telling people this for the longest. People complain about stupid stuff. There's people that'll buy a phone every year for $500, $600, $1,000. They'll do it. Some twice. Yeah, they do. Every year. You only got to buy a console every 5 to 6 years. Or sometimes midget upgrades, maybe twice. Why would I buy this when I can just buy a Steam Deck if I wanted something portable? They price themselves out of the competition. Well, the thing is, they're not coming to compete with nobody because you can't come. What is, like, guys, in the handheld market, who are you competing with? Steam Deck sold like 4 million in 4 years? That's not good. It's all Nintendo. Literally, they have like 95, 96, 97 of the handheld market to themselves. Sony can come in and try to get a little bit of that percentage with their handheld, but you're not going to affect them. The handheld market is tough. It's tougher than the console market. And y'all know I'm just telling y'all the truth. We don't hate over here. We're just keeping it blunt. But what I am tired of is this childish argument about this thing. And it's like, you damn well know it's a PC freaking unit. It's not a console. So, yeah, and who cares whether it is or not? You know what I mean? If you like it, get it. But what I will say is that you want it to be a PC aspect right now because they canceled the official. And you would just be missing out on all the other aspects if it was a console unit. Okay, then you have no Steam then. You have no GOG. You want that? No, you don't. You want all that. Yeah. So, yeah, no, won't sell much. 550, 750 is where I think these should land. Well, without the tariffs and all that, that's not happening. They're talking about Steam Deck. Bro, you can't even get Game Pass on the Steam Deck. I think some of these Steam Deck people are slow. They think that their console, dude, it's okay with the PC handle. It's okay. But it's just a little shadow version of the Switch that didn't even sell 1/20th of what it sold on PC. And you can do your little stuff that you can do on there, but I can do that already on my laptop. 4 million in 4 years, remember that. The Switch 2 just opened at that, and already I sold it day one. Steam Deck ain't all that, man. ROG Ally is way better than that. It's just more expensive because it has Game Pass, and it can do a lot more. Just saying, it's a much... I would rather look at that than I would at the Steam Deck. I don't want that old, outdated, weak device. Just being honest, just saying. And I'm not beating it down, but I'm saying from my point of view, why would I pay for that right now when there's better handhelds in front of me and the Switch 2 with its own games? That's the only way I can play those games. We'll choose that all day, 24/7 over any of them. And I would rather choose the ROG over a Steam Deck. Just saying, because I can at least have Game Pass there. I'm not passing up Game Pass to just be on Steam, and I can do that right here on my laptop and have everything. You see what I mean? Like, that to me doesn't make any sense logically. And none of them are needed. They're just optimal devices where it's like, I can get this if I want, but I can already do this here. Unless somebody was only on Xbox and they just wanted that, then I can understand. Okay, I could see why that would be needful for you. But if you want something more than a handheld, no, it's not going to happen. I'd rather dump 1,000 into a gaming PC. Yeah, what a joke if true. This is what I'm saying, guys. You see what I mean? I'm not saying anything terrible here. All I'm saying is that, like I said, Microsoft's their behavior lately is just anti-consumer outside of Game Pass. Just wake up and pay attention to it. Sony's too. Now you guys see what I mean. I ain't making up nothing. But anyways, this is going to be a funny video to get into, and y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Let's take a look at this a little bit.
Xbox. Now, I saw people talking about this because this does actually, I think, more than anything else, this nails why I feel like this is going to fail. In that we're just getting to this point now where the advertising and messaging around this doesn't really connect with the product itself. Like, hey, we have this system. This system is really beefy. It plays Xbox games. It's got an Xbox button. Okay, yeah. But it doesn't have Game Pass. It doesn't have anything in it. This is a Windows PC. This is...
Why is he saying that it doesn't have Game Pass again? Guys, what the hell's wrong with this dude? At this point, I think something is wrong with him if he's still playing this game. I don't understand. I'm glad I looked at this. I've never seen past this. What is he talking about? It doesn't have Game Pass. Yes, it does. What the hell? Why are we still doing this? Why does he think like this? I don't know what to tell you guys.
Something that just plays Windows gaming. This isn't an Xbox. I think that it is cool to me that it can play PlayStation Steam stuff. That
if Sony doesn't, you never know.
That's kind of interesting. I think I keep coming around to the idea that the ROG Ally X is too ambitious, and it really just doesn't know the market. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like people are getting more broke, more cheap, more willing to spend money on a game that's good but lower price, right? I do think that part of the excitement of the Gears of War Reloaded is the fact that it's a $40 awesome game with tons of maps and a long campaign you can play co-op and stuff like that. Even things like Expedition 33, a game that's $50, that's 100 hours long and super fun. It just feels like people are getting scammed so much, ripped off so much in every corner of the gaming industry, that if you come out and say, hey, here is a handheld that is powerful, that is juicy, and it's double the price of the Nintendo Switch, you're going to get laughed out of the room. But these...
He's not wrong about that, though, but I don't think they would come on the market to try to compete with the Switch. That's suicide. That's not the point here. The point here is that, but there's some people trying to push some narrative. I'm like, you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. They just want something on the market like that. You know what I mean? But is this to come to like sell millions and millions? No, that's not going to happen. That's unrealistic. Definitely at that price, and just in general, because it's not needed. You can already do that with everything else. This is just a less bloated Rog Ally X and a less bloated Rog Ally with the Xbox combination added in. So Microsoft came in and said, let's bloat that down. The Windows is theirs. You know what I mean? They did that. That's where they got involved. They said, put that X button there. You know what I mean? And we'll have a theme and a collaboration with Asus. What's wrong with that? I don't get why that's negative. If somebody was trying to spin it as negative. Then they said they canceled their official Xbox handheld. That was the console right there. This is the PC. But Microsoft is moving to PC. You see Xbox PC, right? And then this is PC, but Xbox trying to come onto it. But this is not an Xbox. This is a ROG Ally with an Xbox collaboration on it. And Xbox means a console. Now, all that other stupid stuff, get away from me with that. You're not brainwashing me with that garbage. I don't go for that stupidity. Y'all know how I am with that. They're just not going to fly over here on this channel. Y'all can push that if y'all want, but that's like some dumb political slogan to me. Like, shut up. You know what I mean? But other than that, people that are going to get this, y'all enjoy it, man. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all think about that. But these prices, no. And if you were bashing the Switch 2 and you're getting on board with this, please look in the mirror and tell yourself you're an effing hypocrite. Please. Because the only reason this exists is because of the Switch. Yeah, they're all trying to be like Nintendo. I keep it real over here. Either you can handle it or you're going to run off. All right, y'all. Peace. Stay true. Stay supporting the real channel. Later, y'all. Like I said, y'all getting this? Enjoy it. I'm not. Later. Switch 2 for the win.